You know, in the business world, we hear it all the time. Partnerships are the absolute key to unlocking massive growth. But let's be honest, for most companies, managing them feels less like a strategy and more like trying to solve a puzzle in the dark. Well, we're about to flip the lights on. We're going to show you not only why it's so tough, but what a modern, intelligent solution actually looks like.
See, every single successful partnership should be a piece that just clicks into place, right? It should create a stronger, more complete picture for your company. But the reality? We're usually just trying to jam pieces together using tools that were never, ever designed for the job. And it turns a really smart, strategic idea into just a chaotic mess.
So you really got to ask yourself a tough question here. What if those spreadsheets and the endless email chains and all those scattered project boards, what if they're not just inefficient? What if they are the very things that are actively holding you back, making that partnership puzzle almost impossible to solve?
All right, so let's just dive right into that chaos. We're going to pull back the curtain and break down exactly why these old-school, do-it-yourself methods are just fundamentally broken for managing the kinds of partnerships that matter today.
And I bet these issues are going to feel painfully familiar. First, you get totally bogged down in manual work, which, always leads to mistakes. And that creates this domino effect. You have zero visibility into what's actually working because your data's everywhere. Communication becomes a total nightmare. And the result of all that? Trying to scale your partnerships is just incredibly slow and painful.
And here's what that actually looks like day-to-day. That so-called instant setup? Yeah, it has no standard process, which just means every single new partner is a brand new headache. Your intelligence is really just a gut feeling, not actual predictive data. And reporting? Oh man, that's a weekly nightmare of manually updating pivot tables, just hoping and praying the data's even correct. Every single step is built on friction. Okay, so if that's the chaos, what's the solution? Well, it's all about moving away from that cobbled-together mess of disconnected tools and moving toward a single, intelligent engine that's built from the ground up specifically for partnerships. Look, it really all boils down to this. You've got data silos that are blocking your view, you've got the uncertainty of not knowing which partners are worth your time, and you have a complete lack of clear, upfront goals. That is the core problem we have to solve. And the big idea here is that a modern solution isn't just one thing. It's actually three critical platforms unified into one. You get your partner relationship management, your PRM, to handle the core relationship. You get a partnership marketing platform, a PMP, to run awesome joint campaigns. And so importantly, a partner onboarding platform, or POP, to get new partners up and running from day one.
So how does this whole engine actually work? Well, it's a really simple, powerful three-step process. First, you just feed it data from any source you've got: tech partners, channel partners, even a basic CSV file. Then, the unified AI model gets to work, sifting through all of it to find the best matches and those hidden opportunities. And finally, you can act on those insights instantly because it plugs right into the tools your team already uses every day, like HubSpot, Salesforce, and Slack.
Now, with an engine like that in place, the entire partner journey is completely transformed. I mean, we're talking about going from that manual chaos to a fully automated pipeline that can take a relationship from the very first hello all the way to being a high-performing, revenue-driving machine. And that journey breaks down into 5 clear stages: finding the right prospects, engaging them in a meaningful way, onboarding them without any friction, driving joint activities, and finally, scaling that success. So let's zoom in on a couple of these stages where the difference is truly night and day. Okay, so it all starts with prospecting. The old way was what? A mix of guesswork, intuition, maybe a little bit of luck? The new way? It is entirely data-driven, relentlessly focused on finding your ideal partner profile, your IPP, with absolute laser precision.
And the impact of this shift from guesswork to data? It's just staggering. A data-driven approach to finding the right partners doesn't just help a little bit. It increases the partnership success rate by 3 times. That is a complete game changer.
So how in the world does it do that? Well, it's because it's looking for the right signals. It's not really about finding someone in a similar industry. As you can see, that's a tiny factor. The AI heavily weighs the critical stuff, like a strong match on company size, and, maybe most importantly, whether they already have an activated partnership program. It's looking for readiness, not just relevance.
But hey, finding the perfect partner is only half the battle. Now let's jump ahead to stage 3, onboarding. This is that critical point where so many promising partnerships just fizzle out from friction and delay. The key is to have an automated, streamlined flow that makes sure once a partner says yes, they become productive immediately.
And the secret to such a high success rate here is actually surprisingly simple. The system connects you with partners who are ready to move right now. A mind-blowing 93% of the companies on the platform are actively open for partnership. You're not wasting your time on maybes. You're engaging directly with partners who have proven they are ready and willing to get going.
All right, let's bring this all home. When you finally make that move from scattered, manual processes to an intelligent, automated engine, the result isn't just a little more efficiency, it's momentum, pure and simple. Just think about the time it takes to see a real return. With a DIY, manual approach, you're lucky if you see real value in over 6 months. With a unified platform like Sharkdom, you start seeing real, tangible value in just 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, the difference in speed is just absolutely massive.
And this just captures the transformation perfectly. You're going from the tedious, soul-crushing work of manual CSV imports to having more than a dozen plug-and-play connectors. You're moving from clunky, out-of-date charts to having real-time performance intelligence right at your fingertips.
So, this all leads to one final question for you. Take a really hard look at your own process. Is your partnership strategy truly built to create momentum and drive growth? Or is it stuck in the past, designed for manual work that's actually holding you back? The answer could change everything.